Okay, everybody, welcome again. We're 21 days into our essential oils, the miracles of essential oils, and really having a magic in it too. So, Project Touch is so really happy to be here today. I'm here with my friend Dori, and we're both nurses. So that's kind of a unique thing to actually find somebody in doTERRA who's also a nurse. So who's been using doTERRA? Dori's been using the oils in her family, with her family, for herself. And just today, I want to share a little bit more. Dori, you want to say a little bit more about how you've used oils and what you've done?
Yeah. So hi, everyone. I'm Dori. So nice to meet all of you. Thanks for letting me join you guys today. So oils have actually been much more of my life in the last 6 to 8 months. We've been incorporating much more. I've been using it on my kids. I have a 3-year-old and an 11-year-old, and then I've introduced my boyfriend to oils, and he's a believer too. So we've been doing it. It's more of an everyday thing. It went from let's try this to let's try this to now it's my go-to for everything. There's not anything that happens in our house, bumps, bruises, stomach, aches, nausea, headaches, that we don't run right to my little doTERRA box of, the kids call it, medicines.
I like it.
Can we look up medicines? So that's how they refer to it.
How old are you?
3 and 11.
Can you think about the 3-year-old? What's made a difference for a 3-year-old?
I think for him, he doesn't grasp what they are yet, but he does grasp that, I'll say, oh, well, mommy's going to put some medicine on your feet, because I use that word with him, or to make you feel better. And he goes, okay. So he just gets up on the couch and he puts his feet up, and he's used to it. And I'll put lavender on his feet at night. And it's just kind of become like, it's almost like brushing our teeth. It's like, okay, at night, mommy's going to put something on my feet or behind my ears. My 11-year-old, he's gotten a little bit more tuned into, oh, mom, I've got a headache. Can you put stuff behind my ears? And I'm starting to kind of use, so he understands what I'm putting on him. I'm just not arbitrarily putting things on him. So he understands what it is. But he's even starting to grasp it, that, that stuff makes me feel better. Nice. So whatever it is, go ahead and do it.
Nice. I love it. Let's look at one oil specifically. We've talked a little bit about it. And we said we were going to talk about oregano, because you have a cool story. Let me tell a little more about oregano, and then you can tell your story, okay? Yeah. So oregano comes through steam distillation from the leaf, like you can see here. It really is sharp. And what I say, when you take oregano, please be careful if you take it internally. It says here to put in a veggie capsule. You can take it also with a little bit of diluted coconut oil or any other oil that you want, but it is very, very sharp. I've had experience with people taking it, and for a moment they said it was fine, and then tears just started streaming down their faces because it was so sharp. It really is really good though for a healthy immune system. And it helps especially with digestion and respiratory function. Right now, I'm a little bit of a sore throat, so I've been using it today too. It's really powerful to put on your feet as well. So you can take it internally, you can take it aromatic, and although it is a very strong smell, you really will smell like oregano if you put it on. But also remember the bottom of the feet. I'm kind of curious though, because you've had a wonderful experience.
I have, and I was really excited that I could share this with you guys, because it has truly been a saving grace in my house. So about a week ago, my boyfriend, I heard him in the middle of the night at about 3 o'clock in the morning, throwing up in the bathroom. And I'm like, oh no, I've been hearing the stomach bug is going around. I deal with it at work because I still am a floor nurse. And so then literally at about 7 or 8 o'clock, I want to say, I messaged, bless her soul, Anna Marie, I messaged her, what do I do? He's got the stomach bug. Give me some magic potion, because I want to do something, because he's literally throwing up. So she suggested taking oregano, diluting it some, and then putting it on his feet. So from 8 o'clock on, I put it on. I quarantined him in the room because I didn't want everyone else to get sick. Put it on his feet. He only was sick until about 12 o'clock. And then from about 12 o'clock on, he was able to keep hydration down, which was the big problem with the stomach bug, is that the hydration. He was able to keep things down. He stopped throwing up. He had a little bit of some diarrhea issues. But from the moment I started, it was within about 3 to 4 hours that he literally changed, was able to keep the stuff down. Bowels started to become more normal. Sorry to be so personal about my boyfriend. But there was a turn. And then in spite of all the cleaning that I did, my 3-year-old The next morning at 8 o'clock, I heard the mom. I'm like, oh, please no. Sure enough, he had thrown up over everything in his crib. But from the moment he got up, right away, oregano on the feet, right away. And he was like, okay. So I did it every hour. He literally laid on the couch with me and I did it every hour. So from him, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning till about noon. So it was just about that 3 to 4 hours. He also kept liquids down. He was starting to change mood. He was starting to get up and play a little bit. And I'm like, oh, thank God. So turnaround time was even better. So then disinfected the whole house, thought, oh, maybe I'm in the clear. I'm doing good. Well, I probably missed a few spots. And then my 11-year-old decided he was going to get it. I was like, oh, just give up. So the 11-year-old decided he was going to, throw up on everything, did the same exact thing. The moment he started to get the symptoms, put the oregano on his foot, basically the same time frame, 3 to 4 hours. And I was like, oh, I don't know what this is doing, but it's working and I'm going to do it. So he was able to keep stuff down in the afternoon. I put oregano on his feet, and I will say he went to his dad's house that evening and I sent him with oregano and he didn't do it. Well, I found out he did throw up in the middle of the night and he put it on his own feet. Because he was like, well, the last time I did this, I was feeling better. So I don't know if it worked, but I'm going to do it myself.
Right.
So he did it. It was great. And then what happened was during all the cleaning and stuff, I could feel my stomach starting to do rumbles. And I was like, I've done everything. I've Lysol everything. I've washed my hands 8,700 times. And needless to say, I thankfully did not get it. I had, from the moment my stomach started to hurt, I put oregano on my feet. From the moment it even hurt. Never threw up once, never had any bouts of diarrhea or anything, and did not have any, I just had the stomach cramping. So I put the Digest-N on my stomach to help kind of with that cramping a little bit. And I put the oregano on my feet and it worked. So that's my suggestion. If anyone gets this stomach bug out there, is oregano. Oh, and my mom, she got the same thing. Because of course, if it's going to go through one household, it goes to another. Because my kids had been at the house a couple days sooner than that. And she started to put it on, and within 3 hours, she was calling me saying, I'm going to start selling this oregano just myself. So it's been a real saving grace, just that oregano, just that one oil. And I'm a believer of all of them, but that one particularly was just a saving grace for me with this.
Awesome. In a couple of days. And I love the way you've used it on your kids. And that day actually was cool that actually your 11-year-old then decided to use it as well in the middle of the night. I mean, that's what we want, right? For our kids to be able to use these oils on a regular basis.
Absolutely. And have their own autonomy to say, there's something wrong and I'm not going to run to the medicine cabinet. I'm actually going to, do something that's more natural, that's much more beneficial, in the long run.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. Love it. So I have one question for everybody. If you think, because we're only doing this for like 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, right? But if you have one thing to say, what would you say to people who are starting to use these oils or thinking about using these oils? What would you say to them?
Believe. Believe. There's so much beneficial properties to it that being a nurse, and I was sharing with Anna Marie earlier, I don't run to, CVS pharmacy. I run to my doTERRA cabinet of things and I say, God has put all these amazing things on this earth for us to use. And there's so amazing properties. There's so many different things amongst these oils that we can use and it can help us. So believe that this stuff really does work. There's no myth to it. There's facts. I mean, I can say from my own family's perspective of the oregano, breathe. It's like perfume we put on in the morning. It's like we put breathe on. It just helps with respiratory, especially at this time of year. The kids don't get those colds. They don't get just even the allergies end of it. Yeah. There's just so many things. I could go on for hours. I won't. But there's so many things about the oils that I just say believe because there's a lot of great properties to them.
Love it. And we'll put, sorry, I need more right now. We'll put a study on that too. The Journal of Infectious Diseases lately had a study and they looked at several different oils and releasing as promised to the future in terms of drug resistance, bacteria and everything else that they said these can really be potential to actually have an effect on that. So it was really nice to see that coming from Hopkins as well. So,
yeah, I was happy to read that article too, because it really does back up. There's so much proof in it. We see the proof, we live the proof. And I was expressing with Anna Marie, I like to know the chemistry of the proof because I just think it's interesting. I like to learn that aspect. But it's nice to know that, you know, such a reputable place like Johns Hopkins is saying, wait a minute, we're kind of buying into this too. And it's that, again, that premise of believe. Just believe that this stuff was put on this earth for a reason. And, you know, it's not just for eating and consuming in our pasta sauces,
right.
that it's really to help us heal in a much more natural, not pharmaceutical way.
Awesome. Well, thanks, dear, for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. And we can all, this is going to be posted, and there's going to be a Facebook post, and we'd love for you to have comments. So if you have any comments, questions about it, please post that. We'll also post some videos and an article with it. But please let us know your questions, because that's what we want to do. Okay?
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys. Bye.